Alright, so pretty satisfied with the way the ET6 ran. Having this gap closed up got us from about 2100 RPM down to, let me get my note out here, 1260 to 1180. So between 1150 and 1250 RPM from about 2100, and so that worked out really well. And let's see, the ET7 here keeps being really fiddly. I was having to adjust it between half and one turn out to get it to run for a little bit, and then it was having issues again. So I'm going to try blowing some air through the mixer here. I occasionally drop the lids to the fuel tanks, and although I try to wipe them off as best I can, there might have been a piece of grit that got into the tank and then worked its way into the fuel mixer to cause issues. So just going to blow that out and see what happens. That one also, but that one was running down pretty nice around 1100 RPM. So that was nice with the softer governor spring. The ET8, and I'll try to check and see if that's alright. The ET8, I'll do a more detailed video a little bit later talking about adjusting it. I had a ton of trouble getting it dialed in, but once I got it dialed in, it seemed to run okay. The thing about the way this carburetor is designed is that the high-speed disc adjustment here does have an effect on the low-speed idle needle, so it's kind of hard to get it dialed together. But I'll try and do another video explaining that, because I've had a couple questions about it, and we'll see what happens with that. I haven't decided what to do for modifications, so I might do a couple more things to the carburetor here, which is why it's still loose. It was Loctited in place when I got it. Same thing with the muffler. But when I did the tear apart on this engine, when it failed, I had gotten those pieces loose, and I just haven't refastened them. I probably this week I'm going to pull the piston and liner just to take a look in there and see what it looks like as well. But it was nice that ran. It ran, when I measured it, it ran between about 1300 RPM at idle, 13 to 1400 on idle. It ran up to 3887 RPM for the highest that I measured on it. So about 1350 to 3800 RPM is what I've had out of it for running, and so that's pretty good. Oh, I'm reading my note here. I was getting down just under 1,000, like 950 RPM on the ET7. So that rocker arm engine is running really nice and slow. And the ET1 here, with the soft governor spring, is running 1150 to 1250 RPM in a nice narrow band there. So I don't know how much softer a governor spring I could put on the ET1, but I might try some of that and see what happens. Trouble is eventually your compression. If I don't do something about lowering the compression, there's not the engine turns so slow it can't overcome the compression. So, but that is, the 1200 RPM is definitely slower than the 1600 that we were running a little bit with the original Governor springs. So anyhow, yeah, things went pretty good today. We'll probably see inside a couple of these engines later in the week. So